he wants to go to the practice table, get his arm
Frame
going
4,
again.
Mark Selby to break.
Yes, and of course it's all happening when Rob Walker introduces Ronnie. Blink and you miss him. I mean, the first frame was just over 10 minutes. Just over 9 minutes the second frame. Just less than 12 minutes the third frame, so it's all happening very quick, and before you know where you are, we could be at the mid-session interval here, and Mark 4-0 down and doesn't think he's even had a... well, he's had a chance to play. So there you see it, points scored at the moment, 269 Ronnie, just 14 Mark. And that table time, what you were saying, Steve. That's a good shot.
One.
That'll make him feel better, but he knows he's got to make the most of these opportunities.
And the reason why you put in countless hours of practice, many times solo practice,
6.
for moments like this. Got into that too much. Bit unlucky there, really.
7.
Okay, yeah, it was a poor positional spot play in one respect, but he didn't quit on the shot. He really did get hold of that cue ball. And perhaps another big bounce off the cushion as well.
Blue ball.
So after the initial red, he'll be disappointed
Mark Selby 7.
that he only got 7 from that visit. Well, Ronnie's had a look. Is there a gap? Well, obviously not. Playing safe. He's got to be a bit wary of the red that's close to the top cushion. Not bad, but not his best.
Mark Selby can go for this long red, knowing it, the only red he's going to be sticking up, if he missed, would be that red. Long way out again, and he has stuck it up. The wheel's fallen off for Mark Selby here in this tournament. Worrying times. He would have wanted to have got a lot closer to that.
One.
It just makes the balk line. He might have a go at the green.
Ronnie just scrimmaged slightly. He needed a bit more of an angle on this red. So he couldn't get perfect on the black. Now, he's got an angle on the black to go into the cluster, but with pace, this black is missable. He'll be giving this pot due care and attention.
There's a bit of pressure on trying to go 4-0 at the interval from Ronnie O'Sullivan's perspective. He'd hate to miss this, open the reds up and Mark Selby make a counter-attack.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 5.
I think he'll have to play for the red to the left middle here. He may be able to hold for the one just left of the pink. I don't think he's got the angle on the black to go careering into the cluster. It's difficult to say. It depends. If he could pot it half ball, he could play the cannon.
What's it? It's as thick as he possibly can. It brings the cue ball out into the open part of the table.
So he's played for the red to the left middle. He'd have liked to have had an angle on it so he could come back down for the black, but he can't do that. So he'd be looking for a good angle on the green, you would have thought.
Yeah, he could have chosen the brown to come off the side cushion into the pack. Once he's potted this green and then potted the red, he's run out of balls, run out of reds effectively. The next colour after that has got to break the pack open. There's no blue on the spot, and the shape of the pack isn't ideal.
12.
Easy to run off the side down into balk if he plays the topspin shot where he's lined up for now. Ideally would like to be able to catch this apex red pretty thick.
Where's the cue ball going? Well, he needed to hit this red forward, Steve alluded to, but he only just got it quarter ball. Nearly went in off. But is there anything to go at? Can he get through that gap? Maybe just with a trace aside.
Yeah, a little bit of right-hand side. Would fractionally swerve the cue ball. No, doesn't like it. Thought it was on. He would know better than us, though.
And of course, he knows the importance of this frame.
Mark
It's a
Selby,
really important frame for Mark Selby. Big difference to go in that mid-session interval, 4 behind or 2 behind. And particularly the way Ronnie's played.
He didn't take much time in turning that red down. It looked like it was possible with a bit of side spin, but...
Yeah, but as
is
you
that
say,
two-ball plant? No, perhaps not.
He'd be a better judge behind the line of the shot. Ronnie may have thought about the plans here, but his main concern is to get that cue ball back to the baulk cushion.
Good safety. He's got him. Has he got him? Very close.
Not quite.
Another turn of the ball. And Mark Selby would have been in a lot of trouble there. He's got to thread his way back down through the balls as it is.
Yes, and it's a tester because he's not been hitting these shots too well. And he did kiss the second red. And a bit fortunate to get back down the table and to leave Ronnie hampered over the yellow. He'll be well pleased with that. He needs a bit of luck at the moment. He's had it there. Say this game's all about fractions. Okay, Ronnie didn't want the cue ball to bounce off the ball cushion like that, but the way things have been going, you expect it to creep up behind the green, and Mark would have been in all kinds of troubles. That was a better strike on the safety. That's a lot better. He needs more of those type of safety shots to force an error from Ronnie.
He even needs a bit of safety so that he can get into the rhythm of the match even.
I doesn't normally give this much thought, but that just shows you the difficulty he's got here. Trying to get back to the ball, Ken, but he knew he may be bringing a red up with it.
Well, he had to sacrifice the possibility of a red coming back down the table, but it was very well judged to get back behind baulk. Long speculative red for Mark Selby into the top left corner. Screw back to safety. Or perhaps stun over the position. A bit riskier.
Good cue ball. Well, at least he's making Ronnie think this frame.
Not a great view, is it? There are places on the top cushion that are safe. Wouldn't want that cue ball to come too far away from the top cushion. And as it has happened, it's as good a chance as Mark Selby's going to get from Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, red to the left middle is on. Good cueing needed.
It's very missable, isn't it?
Well,
tough shot.
With what's gone before. Well played. Used all the pocket. But in it went. Now this is a chance to get his first frame on the scoreboard. And boy, does he need it.
And that shot would have made him feel a hell of a lot better.
Seven. 8.
Yeah. Mark can see the funny side. They call him a jester from Leicester, and I think that's why he does well on these one tables. He likes to interact with the audience, and somebody keeps clapping every time he pots a ball. But don't lose your concentration. But it has affected him.
Mark Selby,
he
14.
did just lose his competitive edge there, and that was careless. Can't afford to do that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm not aware of the person that's clapping, but every now and again somebody comes to a snooker event who may not know, not necessarily etiquette, but gets overexcited a bit. On normal shots, that's a strange clapping habit, so to speak. So, but even so, as a professional, you have to deal with everything. He'll be very disappointed to have missed that shot afterwards. Very.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity, and well, he wouldn't miss one of them in 1,000. So now he's left with a difficult safety. He's got a 36-point lead, but he knows that can quickly disappear if he doesn't get this safe. Doesn't look a bad line, this. It doesn't look a bad line at all. Couldn't have played it better.
Yes, if Ronnie O'Sullivan was to get out of this and leave Mark Selby a chance at a red.
That's the red he'll be aiming for. The one closest to the top cushion. Does want to slide by it. Well played.
Yeah, if the person who was clapping loudly has an earpiece in, and you're a Mark Selby fan, perhaps ease up on the clapping a fraction. It might help your chosen player.
There's Patsy Fagan there in the audience, 1977 UK champion.
It's the real Patsy Fagan, that one.
There's only one Patsy Fagan.
A few imposters around last year.
Just thinking where he can leave the cue ball in the most awkward position. Obviously he's frightened of leaving any long pot on for Ronnie because he'll be thinking that could cost him the frame. But don't overthink it. So trying to use the green as the blocker. He's not got tight to the baulk cushion. And that is a little bit dangerous, but is the green blocking the path to the red? Obviously is, because Ronnie's having to play safe.
Didn't play it there, played it across the other side of the table. Played the cue ball into the jaws, bottom area around the yellow pocket.
Yeah, that flick on the green certainly helped. If it had kissed the green full ball, Mark Selby would have had a real good chance of this red to the left corner.
It's helped Mark Selby a fraction, in as much as it would be difficult for Ronnie O'Sullivan to clear up in one visit. So he would have been delighted to have seen the green go next to that blue. Bit of an insurance policy.
Well, looks like he's taking this red on. And you feel he's not taking it on. He's playing the containing safety. Where's the cue ball going?
Foul. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 4.
Just wanted to leave it in the jaws of the pocket. Felt as though that was the safest place. But Ronnie now can put this cue ball. Got it in hand. If he can knock a good long red in, he can get right back in this frame. But as Steve said, the green now being near the blue. Oh, great shot. It's going to be difficult for Ronnie to win this frame in one visit, but what a pot that was. And look at the reaction on the cue ball. Beautifully struck.
Well, if he can win this frame in
7.
one visit, then I think that's end of story
8.
for the day. Of course, he doesn't have to even attempt to. Long way to go yet, though,
14.
before we get to that green situation.
15.
Possibly off the last colour before the yellow, he could try and play some sort of shot to free blue and green. no guarantees anyway.
23.
What he will be doing is getting back into the frame.
Yeah, it's just 2 points
30.
behind now. Just checking on the green there. No way past the blue.
$31.
So let's see how he goes about trying to bring that green into play.
$38. $39.
Nice angle on the pink, easy enough to get on the yellow, but he'd probably look for a just off straight yellow so he could run and come off the side cushion, because if he doesn't get that potting angle, obviously the brown, he'll run into the brown, so he's got to play this inch perfect.
It's an interesting situation. As much as he doesn't think he can possibly get the green into play by hook or by crook, you could argue that he could play a safety shot on the colour and try and get a free ball situation, bizarre situation with the yellow still on the table. But it's not the way really to think. He's trying to get something happening there, and now all of a sudden he's lost control of the tactical part of the frame. But
45.
it was never going to be easy.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 45.
So even Ronnie O'Sullivan couldn't win that frame in one visit, but an excellent contribution.
Chance of snookering behind the brown for Ronnie O'Sullivan here with the cue ball. It's going to be hard to force a frame winning mistake from your opponent with the green there. Doesn't want to leave it over the pocket. Well, that is a... I think it's probably gone far enough. Far enough that Mark Selby can't play a positional shot off the green unless he can screw it in with a bit of side. Well, you think off 2 cushions, John? Yeah. Hard to see.
Yeah, I'm thinking if he can pot it this way, there is a possibility. It's difficult to say really whether he can get to the 2. Well, that's what he's played. It's not a bad line. He needs to kiss the green. Oh, great effort, but just couldn't find the angle. Maybe he needed a fraction of right-hand side just to widen it off the second cushion.
He's got to be very careful with this safety. Hitting the right-hand side of the green is fraught with danger. Hitting full in the face sends the green towards the corner pocket. That was very well struck to keep the green in the bottom half of the table. Had to hit the extra
Selby,
thin.
2.
Played the shot with side spin as well. It could have all gone wrong there.
Of course, that's the thing with Ronnie. You're not going to outdo him at the safety game. I mean, his safety's as good as anybody.
I think thin on the green on the right and use the blue as a stopper. fairly big margin of error for this shot.
Yeah, and if he gets it right, he could have the snooker with the brown. Ooh, he's caught it from behind. Could be saved by the pink, could he? Needs the pink to come to his rescue.
He'd have been disappointed not to have hit the blue there with the green. As it is, the cue ball was good.
Well, the pink did come to his rescue, but a very controlled swerve by Ronnie. And in goes the green, and he's got a chance of this brown to the right middle. And he'd be on the blue.
Yeah, it was Ronnie O'Sullivan on the ropes there, but he got out of it.
And it goes, and now he's 18 points in front with just 18 remaining. So no heroics, he'll just roll the blue in. And that's 4-0 now, for sure, as they go to the mid-session interval. A frame that Mark Selby should have won. But Ronnie O'Sullivan, you can't give him an inch this afternoon. And he's got the perfect first 4 frames. Mark Selby with an awful lot to think about so early on. Ronnie O'Sullivan, absolutely brilliant.